think I'm sort of a Doc apologist as a coach.
Talk to me about why, because I feel like people talk so much about what Doc is and isn't. Where do you land on the Doc Rivers evaluation?
So Bomani Jones made this point yesterday, and Doc's teams never quit on him. They choke a lot, but that's different than quitting. Right. And I think you could point to, okay, last year with the Sixers, did they quit on him in that game 7? And I think the game 6 loss, when they just scored like 12 points in the fourth quarter or something at home, like that's the flaw with Doc's game plans and stuff, is he's not like the most nuanced tactician, but guys always play hard for him. I feel like he's good at managing star egos and getting like sort of complicated pieces to fit chemistry wise together. And I guess the larger order take here is that coaching only matters to a certain degree, and ultimately it's the players that do the thing. And he puts the players in the best headspace to succeed. Perhaps that's undercut by all the 3-1 leads that his teams have blown, but I just sort of feel like he gives you a baseline of reliability, and he won't on his own screw things up. And the thing about the Redick, the JJ Redick rant is like, Doc has been fired for the right reasons 3 times, which to me is being held accountable for his team's failures. Like there's a long record of that. I just think he does a pretty good job of putting people in the right positions, just not always in the highest leverage moments.
A completely fair read on it. I think Doc does himself no favors by how frequently he, after the fact, leaves tread marks on his star players' backs or on someone else's, like putting the gun in somebody else's hand always and saying like, that's the reason things sort of fell apart, as opposed to any failing that I might have had. But you're absolutely right. Like generally speaking, the degree to which the coach of the Milwaukee Bucks matters because it gets Giannis Antetokounmpo like fully on board and doing like engaged. And in that interview with Eric Name, Giannis was like, Griff was doing a great job, but also he's won 30 games and Doc has won like 1,100. And I feel like, and so if that is something he feels more comfortable with and more confident in, Giannis is playing maybe the best basketball he has ever played in a career that has already seen 2 MVPs and a finals MVP and, whatever else, then that is what gives you, the hope and the puncher's chance, over and above anything else.